Hey everyone, welcome to Judging for the Win. I'm Dave, and this is my daily ruling. Today's question was suggested by a viewer, thanks to Hollymosh134 for this one. Amy plays Eldrazi Obligator. Can she use its ability to gain control of a Beloved Chaplain? Okay, so this question is actually a little bit more interesting than it might seem at first glance, and that's because of this rule here, which basically says anytime you've got a description of an object that uses a card type or subtype, and that description does not include the word card, spell, source, or scheme, then that means that you're generally going to be referring to an object of that type on the battlefield. So, for example, if you were going to gain 1 life for each creature your opponents controlled, you probably wouldn't expect that creature spells your opponents controlled that were still on the stack should count towards that total, right? So this is a pretty similar situation because when you take a look at Eldrazi Obligator's triggered ability, it triggers when you cast Eldrazi Obligator. And so that would mean that when this triggered ability is choosing its targets, the Eldrazi Obligator is still going to be a spell on the stack. So what do you think? Should an Eldrazi Obligator spell on the stack count as a creature for the purposes of protection from creatures? And so for the answer to this one, we're going to take a look at the comprehensive rules definition for protection. And sure enough, we see something extremely interesting there. There's a call out to the exact same rule that I pulled up on screen earlier. It turns out that there's an exception to this rule, and it applies here. It turns out that protection from creatures actually means protection from creatures on the battlefield and anything that has the creature type printed on the card. Accordingly, Eldrazi Obligator does count as a creature for the purposes of protection, and so therefore it is not possible to target Beloved Chaplain with the ability of Eldrazi Obligator for this reason. Pretty interesting trick, and a lot of interesting research that I had to do in order to get a good answer for this one. But that's all I have for you today. How did you do? Join me again tomorrow for another daily ruling, but until then, I hope you have a great day.